Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. So I had a question sometime back, will a Calathea grow back if all of the leaves have fallen down? Now guys, it can happen due to environmental conditions as well. If the temperature is very cold, then there are chances that it might drop the leaves if you haven't watered it balanced. If you do not have a balanced watering, again that can also drop off the leaves. Now the same thing happened to my Calathea over here. I'll put up the name on the screen. Now what happened is that during the time, as you all know, there was a lot of painting going on and I was not able to attend a lot of my plants, and these plants were in a place where there was a lot of wind. Now the wind is a little bit dry in my place, that's why, as I said, Calatheas are not meant to be in my environment. They can only sustain if I'm going to give 100% attention towards them, and definitely during that period of time I was not able to give much attention to them, and that's why a lot of my Calatheas started to have the negative effect. I immediately moved the spot and I started giving them water, cutting off all the dried ones so that they can conserve that energy. And you can see this is how it tends to look like. It's putting out another growth over here, and again now any which ways it's summer, so there will be a little bit more growth on them. But this is what ideally it happens. You have to give them a little bit more care as compared to other house plants, especially if you are from a very dry environment. So today I thought I will show it to you how I'm going to be watering. Now I had watered it a few days back, but I can see that the upper layer of soil is completely dry. They do not like to be sitting in dry soil for a very long time. And the water that I'm using over here is also a pond water. I do not use tap water anymore because I started to notice that when you tend to use tap water for them, they start to get the brown tips, and that's majorly because of the chlorine and minerals in the tap water. So what I did is I completely stopped using tap water, and then I noticed that the browning of the tips were relatively very less of what it used to happen before. So now I have done the complete watering. There is enough water in the container, so I'm going to leave it in this for like probably 5 minutes or so that the roots can also take in some water. I will leave it over here as it is. So what I have noticed from my experience, I feel Calatheas are very, very forgiving plants. They tend to give you a couple of chances before they completely die out. Like in my case, this is like probably the first chance the plant is giving me, and I didn't want to like lose that chance, so I went ahead and moved this plant. So the place where I have kept all of my Calatheas, the place receives a good amount of indirect bright light. I'll definitely make a video very soon. There's a little bit of dirt that I have to clean, but that place is turning out to work out really well for all of my plants. But again, as I said, I have to give full attention towards them. Every second day or the third day I go ahead and check and water it, because the upper layer of soil tends to dry faster during the summers, so I have to keep a constant watch. Apart from that, that place gets a good amount of indirect bright light, and there is air circulation, but it's not like the air is blowing every now and then. So during summers there's a lot of warm air which can again affect the leaves, especially the tips. They can easily turn brown with tap water, as well as when there is a lot of dryness, the tips can easily turn brown in color. So the place where I have placed them, the air, there is air circulation, but it doesn't pass through. Like it's not like that warm air passing by, and it is a little bit more cooler in that place. So I think it is working out really well. Of course I will get to know, because it's just been a month that I've shifted the plants over there. We will get to know gradually, but so far I can definitely say that that place is working out really well, because you can see there's a lot of new growth coming up, and I do not see much of browning. Probably it might happen in future, but right now I do not see any browning on the new leaf. This leaf has been around for almost a week now, but I don't see any browns yet, so that's a very good sign. So now that we are done, the water has probably soaked in completely. Now what I'm going to do is I will put it back in the same container which has around 1/4 of water. I'll keep it like this, and that's all about it. I will move it again to the same place where it gets a good amount of indirect bright light. At the same time, there is a good amount of humidity that it's going to get from beneath, so it is going to work out really well. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.